Hey everyone, let's talk about something pretty cool here. This is a setup that I've been always thinking about and wishing for, especially when I was a kid. It's really, really cool what you can do with the equipment these days. In particular, it's nice to be able to go somewhere else and record stuff. For the most recent session that I did, it's for a duo called the Aurelia Drift. The song is called Glowing. So if you would like to check out that song, it's on Bandcamp, it's on the streaming and all that, so you can actually hear the background vocals that were recorded. What I did is I took a setup, which I'll show you in a second here. It's a portable recording setup. I was able to record pro vocals away from the house, and it's so easy to do. I just wanted to be able to share exactly how I did it for my setup. I'm not sure if a lot of people out there do this all the time or not. Let me know if you have a portable recording setup and it works great for you. I'm curious about that. What do you use, like as far as equipment goes? What's your whole workflow process and all that? Is there something that's actually easier than this? Do you use a different device or anything like that? I don't know. I'm just curious. Let me know. Let's talk about it here. Let's go over exactly what I use for this session. Here is everything so you can see it. Now, there is the Universal Audio Aero device. This is the new version. It's the Apollo Solo version that's out now. So this is just an older version of that. And it has, it's basically the same thing. If you go over here, this is a laptop. This is a Mac Air 15-inch. I like the extra screen size on there because you never know if you need to see more details on here when you're recording. And then I'm also this is the Blue Yeti microphone. I just want to be able to show people that it doesn't take much. You could use a laptop and you can use the Yeti and you can get great results in this. You'll be surprised to find out that a lot of people that have done pro recordings and stuff have used this mic before. It sounds great. You can set it to stereo, you can set it to cardioid, and it's very, very flexible. It's only 16-bit, yeah, but in a mix, not too many people are going to hear the difference between all that. And then if you want to do virtual instruments, you can get like one of these little mini keyboards like the Sakai MPK Mini, and you get your drum pads and your keys so you can do velocity sensitive keys for recording parts. And don't forget, if you're doing this too and you don't have a keyboard like that, a lot of these programs have it set up so you can use the keys, the actual typing keys on your keyboard to be able to play notes on here. And it's super simple. You just pull it up and you can play the different notes. Velocity, it's not velocity sensitive, but you can change the velocity from high to lower setting on there, so for how loud you want it to be. So you can always do that as well. But yeah, this is a great setup, and all you need to do is use this is a Thunderbolt cable. Thunderbolt, this is Thunderbolt 3. You just plug it in from laptop to your interface, and then from the interface it's got XLR connectors. So you can plug your mics in here. So all I did is I plugged in one mic, and it was actually this mic here, the SM7 is what I was using. The reason why I chose the SM7 versus, let's say, a condenser or anything like that is that it's dynamic. It has a very focused sound to it. So it's good at not getting outside sounds from within the room, and it's more focused on the vocal, which I like. And I love the sound of the SM7 for vocals. It's just one of those. It sounds great, and they're awesome. The only problem with them is a lot of times they don't have enough gain on certain different audio interfaces for their preamps. Now this one I was able to get loud enough, so I don't have to worry about it. But if yours is a little bit too low, you can get something. They have cloud lifters that are out there. It costs a ton of money. This is a different version of it. Let's see. Let me switch here. This is the Clark. I'm not sure. Is it Technic or Technique or I don't know. I'm going to say it wrong, whatever. But it's a mic booster CM1 is what it is. And this one is like a lower priced cloud lifter. And I think it raises it 20 decibels for the preamp. It's called the inline preamp. And this is a cheaper version, but to be honest, I mean, all you're doing is you're adding extra gain as far as the sound quality and all that. Within a mix, you're definitely not going to hear it unless it's like you're hearing pin drops everywhere or something crazy. And so, I don't know. If you're doing some kind of crazy detail thing, maybe you could hear it, but to my ears, nah, I don't think it matters. And this thing is, like I said, it's a good price, and it sounds like nothing, which is what you want. It doesn't color the sound, doesn't do jack. I like it. It's great. With the setup, let's go everything here. Plug your laptop into your interface. You plugged your mic in, which, like I said, I use the SM7. And then you're going to need to monitor everything. So I use headphones. These are the Audio-Technica ATH M50X. These are great headphones. They have decent isolation to them, and you could technically, in my opinion, mix on these. So I think these are a great option to be able to take to someone, take it out to a place and be able to record and get a good sound to it. Now, there are other options if you're recording drums or something like that within the same room. And for that, I would recommend one of these isolating headphones. This is a Vic Firth headphone. I can't remember the model number off the top of my head, but what it does is it isolates the sound. I can't remember how many dB, maybe 20 or something like that. I'd have to look it up. But what it does is like if you're a drummer, like this would, if you're putting this on your, if you're listening to these headphones and you're doing drumming, you're not going to damage your ears, and you can hear everything pretty well. So these are just, like I said, really good for extra isolation, and they're a good price on top of that too. So yeah, this is the setup that I used for recording, and it worked great. I think I was using the program Reason because I'd started recording with that a while back. I've switched over to Logic for a lot of the newer projects that are out there. Of course, I still do some with Reason, but yeah, it's convenient. It's great. You can take it anywhere you want. And you got to remember too, if you're doing other things as well, like if you're taking out your laptop somewhere and you're just recording, just plug in headphones on here. The latency is only like 5 milliseconds because it's through the Apple headphone output, but you got to use headphones. You can't use the speakers in there. Latency is really bad for that. Take it out, record your vocals, and then go back in and, mix it later on down the line. I think it sounded great. I was really impressed with the sound. Now, when I did it, I added some extra plugins, which there's a whole separate section of this video, and we'll go through the whole process on there so you can actually see me on site actually recording and putting all this stuff together. So yeah, stay tuned here. I'm going to show you the actual process on site so you can see what it was like as we're recording that day, the vocals. Listen to that song, the Aurelia Drift, called Glowing. It's out on all streaming services, and also on Bandcamp as well too, or AfterAudio.com, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so we're going to hook up the microphone, and let's see, let's get this set up here. Get the stand ready to go. And if you hear a little panting in the background, there's a couple pups that are over here. There's Biscuit in the back. There's Georgie hanging out. They're here for support. Okay, got the fan club. Get this set up here. Let's get the mic on. One thing, we'll have to be careful with this because it's got a lot of weight to it, so I'm gonna put it down a little lower. Get it? Yeah, I think that should work there. We'll figure out the height later. Okay, let's hook up the mic cable here. And this is a dynamic microphone, so it doesn't need phantom power. And I didn't think about it, but a lot of times there's a pedal lifter that you use with this, which I didn't bring, but I think this preamp's going to be loud enough that it'll work for it. Okay, so put that in there. So I think we're almost ready to go, so we'll bring up the song. And this is a song that I did before, so it's not on Logic, it's on Reason. You can see we've got quite a few other vocal tracks on here. Real basic setup, just guitar, bass, and drums on here. And we're gonna record vocals today. So, okay, I think we're about set. We'll get some headphones and go from there. All right, cool. Okay, I'm gonna set levels, but we have to use the UA console for that. So let's bring it up here. Here's UA console. So we have a Neve preamp set up on here. I got that.
I'm gonna practice.
Okay, yeah. No, go for it.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were.
No. Let's see here. So we're gonna set levels. We're gonna do some practicing, but yeah, this will be the setup right here, and I might add some reverb and some other stuff to it for the tracking. So I hope you like this whole display, so you can actually see everything and see exactly how this was done. If you have any questions, please let me know. If anyone out there has their own setup that they use, let me know. Like what interface do you use? What mics do you use? Are there certain reasons why you choose one thing versus another? And it's good to sort of, as a community, figure out things and always learn new things. Maybe there's some techniques that I could learn from you, and hopefully you've learned from me in this video. Thank you all for listening to me talk about this, and thank you for any support. I really do appreciate that, and thank you for watching this video and for taking time out of your day. You all take care. Have a wonderful day, and go out. Record something at your friend's place. And see how it turns out. You will be surprised. You will definitely be surprised. All right. Take care. See y'all. Quick video. Bye.